This year is very simple. We're the best. You want some more? Of course, but not joking. This is what we're saying to our customers. We're here for you to support, not selling only products, but selling our know-how. And we want to support with all the knowledge that we have gathered 40 years, because this year it's 40 years of existing of this company as a family business. And what's funny and what's beautiful is about those people who are coming from India to visit us here, from Europe to visit us here, so it shows that we are multi-continental. Basically, we produce push-to-connect fittings to pneumatic air braking and air suspension systems. And what that means, it means that you take this part, you just press in the tube, and that's done. You don't need any tools, you don't need anything that would support you. And how to disconnect? You take out the blue cap, you press the clamping sleeve, and you pull out the tube. Again, no tools. So if you compare to some ferrule type fittings, for example, that are widely used in India, it is something that is completely the top of the top, because it saves a lot of time. And if the assembly line worker makes a mistake and presses in the incorrect tube to incorrect fitting, you can disassembly without any cutting the tube or something else. So it's a huge advantage. From the beginning of producing and designing those fittings, the R&D team decided to produce from brass, because from the theory and from the practical point of view, this is non-corrosive raw material. So we don't want any steel, we don't want any nickel plating or whatever is there. We want brass, because then we're 100% sure that, for example, again, taking the Indian but also European market, if you have the monsoon season and then you have a very high temperatures, you need a very strong material that is against any corrosion. I would say one very simple thing. I am very surprised that Europe is so behind with this idea of entering Indian market. Really, very surprised. We should be doing that many years ago, because India is the biggest and the most growing market in the world. And if you're not entering there, that means you're not going to exist in the future. We're strong in Europe, but we decided in 2022 to move to India, to open the headquarters there. Production, why production? Because it makes no sense just to sell. We want to be there, exist there, and sell from there, but also produce from there. And what that means? Very simple. When I go to customers right there, I would say they're very open. Because right now, when you look at our products, India is dedicated to ferrule type fittings. This is the old version of those fittings in the past. Now, when we come with push-to-connect fittings, this is something innovative that India sees immediately and understands the advantages. So honestly speaking, we don't have that much problems with entering the market. Of course, it needs time, but also Indians are very open, really very open. When at the beginning we were looking for example, the brass extrusion companies, you know, Jamnagar is famous for brass. So when we were looking there, I was thinking it's not going to happen, because there were low quality suppliers as well. But then, as everywhere in the world, you have low quality suppliers and high quality suppliers. Now we work only with the high quality extrusion companies. No problem at all with any composition or something. No problem with deliveries on time. It's just the question of understanding what the customer wants and what the supplier can deliver. And I see really no difference between Europe and India in this case. Very easy to enter. I'm not saying it's just a piece of cake, but very easy to enter in the sense that when you're already delivering to those companies in Europe, when you go to India and when you say you're already existing in such companies like ZF, Haldex, Knorr-Bremse, TII or any others, it's simple. Those guys understand that we have a quite good quality. So that means there's not a problem to convince them that they should try also our fittings in India. So it takes time, like everywhere in automotive, but it's done. Oh, I cannot tell you right now, and I tell you why. Because we were assuming something, we were calculating something, and we were thinking that for the first 2 years it will be slow move to India to just develop this market. India is in this sense different, that in Europe it takes much faster time. In India it's longer, but when you enter the Indian customer, you stay there forever. That's my feeling. So basically, when talking about the numbers, I would need about 1 more year probably to understand what it's going to be. But for sure, I'm 100% about one thing, sure, that it's going to be at least 50% of our sales increased due to India.